You're right, they're already disappointed.
Are you disappointed? Are you glad to be here? Do you want to find out how to have the best time possible at this convention?
Good, I do too.
That's not this panel. It is. As you've heard, hopefully at opening ceremonies, the number one thing out here, we are adults, and adults can have alcohol whenever they want. That does not mean you keep having it past your limits. The altitude is real. Please do not get yourself in a bad way. You will not enjoy your next day or even the day after if you go too hard. My first year here, I smiled and nodded and went, what do they know? And that was a mistake, and I regret it. So take it from me, one less drink than you normally would, or two.
Yeah, it's a very good piece of advice.
Yes? Give it up for our con chair over there, the adorable Skunky Tycho. Alcohol. So I came out here, I did a lot of Midwest fur cons, especially with fur. We're locals together back in the day. Tycho came out to our Winter Wisconsin con for some reason, because he's insane, and then goes, hey, yeah, you put on a really good con. Come check out ours. I'll give you a badge. I didn't know he was making me staff right then and there, but that's how these things happen.
That's how they get you.
I came out here and I had a blast, and I have made sure to come back every year since. This is one of the most unique conventions. Make use of this venue. When they say those go-karts are free, bundle up. The masks keep your face warm. Go drive some freaking go-karts, especially. What?
Oh, the drinks are free.
Well.
Oh.
This
is their first fur con, Tycho. You're not supposed to get them that messed up yet. You've got to warm them in first with some warm and fuzzies.
Aww.
So I've got a question for y'all. So I saw that this is most of y'all's first BLFC. How many of this is your first furry con? Like your actual Furry 101. Wow, you guys actually did the first part really well, which is looking at the schedule and seeing, hey, there's a panel that applies to me. Good job. Congratulations. You did a lot more than some of our veteran con-goers go.
Some of the things of note, if you are of particular badge levels, you have been given meal vouchers. One of the setups is over to the side here. There are multiples set up. You can use your vouchers there. You can also use plastic there, right? And they do take cash or no? You can give them money and you will get food. And it's pretty good, and it's all things considered. Great, do it.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
It is really fantastically priced, so big props to BLFC for doing that for us. If you do need to go somewhere, you need any form of supplies, there is a Walmart with a grocery store not that far from here. I did that walk earlier today.
Yep.
It's great. So usually, if you're at the MFF hotel in the middle of nowhere in winter, you're kind of out of luck. There's a bunch of walking distance stuff. Obviously, mind the roads. If you're having a good time, maybe don't go near the roads, please.
That's good advice. I got nothing to add to that one.
Okay. You've all heard 621. It's true. Really what it just means, take care of yourself, shower, and keep washing your hands. That will ensure you and everyone around you has a good time.
Yep. So
do you want to define what 621 is if these folks don't know?
I will gladly define. So the 621 rule was coined by, what was his name? Dr. Joseph Brenner. None of you are going to look me up on this. He actually did. It first came around at a sci-fi convention called Worldcon. And what they did was they actually did quantitative tests to see just how little sleep a person can have to have the optimal amount of enjoyment. And what they did was they literally did at a science fiction convention, they did quantitative tests because they are nerds. They had some people sleep 3 hours, some people sleep 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. And they tried to see which of those people had objectively the most fun. And they discovered that if you sleep for 6 hours a day for 3 days, that is just enough sleep so that you will still be well rested, you're still going to be limber, you're still going to be able to enjoy your convention, but that is considered like the bare minimum. If you have less than that, You will not have a good time at the end of this convention, especially some of you people who this is maybe your first time ever actually doing something like this. Furry cons are very unique, but they're not the only thing in the space. So if you've been to an anime con, if you've been to a science fiction con, you know exactly what I'm talking about, that burnout at the end of the day. D2, that was yet another quantitative test. They wanted to see, like, if you only have one meal, or if you have a meal and a bunch of snacks, are you going to enjoy yourself? Your body needs fuel. You might not notice it, but you definitely will feel it. If you don't have 2 proper meals a day, I suggest lunch and dinner. Most people skip breakfast. That's fine. Get yourself a bagel, something easy. But if you have that, your body will have the fuel it needs so you can survive through the end of the con. And the 1 shower is just basic hygiene. I don't think they necessarily needed to do a shower test.
I mean, depending on which conventions you go, it's not even an unwritten rule. In code of conduct of some events, there is literally the people guarding the door at their option may perform a sniff test. So, if in your private life you want to be a musky husky, great, but you might not make it through the door looking like Pigpen.
So it seems very, very weird and very, very silly that someone would have to define that 1 shower a day rule. But here's the rub that a lot of people don't seem to understand.
Phrasing.
Is this an 18 plus con?
Is this an 18 plus con?
No?
My
Shame
bad.
on you! 1.5% is still enough to get you drunk. Wait. Oh, you're talking about percentage of okay, never mind. So the trick that a lot of people don't realize is that you slowly start to get used to your own like what you smell like.
15 minutes.
Yeah, your body very, very quickly becomes custom, and you might not notice that you've been running around and sweating more than much. Who here is not from this like elevation? Who here is from the lower areas? You are not going to realize it, but you are going to be sweating more. You are going to be perspiring more. You are going to be making those little smells more. And because you're slowly getting accustomed to that, you're not going to notice it. But I guarantee you the person next to you will. So I really do, it's actually imperative. You do need 1 shower a day. Don't listen to what those celebrities are starting to tell you. I understand that capitalism means we're going to run to a water crisis soon, which means that the elite's going to tell us to shower less. But until then, please shower once a day.
Oh my God, are we going to get to actually do the unwashed masses again?
Oh, it's going to be great. But yeah, so... Like seriously, that is the basics. That is the only hard and fast rules at a furry con, because a furry con is really Alkali, who's the person who usually does this, and we're the lesser performers.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I included myself in that list. Oh boy, yes. No, when the boss says I'm going to interject.
On the showers topic, a lot of people who don't live here. When you live here, you get used to it, but the humidity here is really, really, really low. So when you sweat, it all just disappears, and you never really get sweaty. So you don't realize how much you're sweating and how fast you're losing water, because it's all just disappearing before it even gets a chance to tell you that you're sweating. So it makes that problem even worse. It also makes you get dehydrated a lot faster. So please try to remember to keep up on drinking water too.
So on that topic,
we're in the desert.
Yeah, we are in a desert. One more time on the alcohol thing in particular.
Love you, Tycho.
Thank you, Tycho.
I love you, Dad. Wait, did I say that out loud? I need therapy.
Yes. Just a glass of water between each drink and you're fine. That's all you gotta remember. Do that. It's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about things at this con. What else is unique about at this con?
That was what my well-scripted segue was about to go
You
into.
didn't
so
have
thank
a
you.
script.
I just like my script right now. Okay. So the idea of a convention, the word convention is kind of weird because when we say the word convention, outside of a furry context, you think of like a business place where people gather and they hold meetings and collections, and they exchange monetary goods, and it's very boring and dry. But a furry convention, because technically we are, all that stuff happens, but it is really what you make of it. There is no set agenda, there is no set plan. You can do whatever you want. This is going to be true for basically every convention. You're going to receive a schedule. It's at this convention, it's on your phone. It's going to show you what panels are happening. Panels are absolutely a fantastic way to learn something that you didn't know about the fandom, learn something about just general stuff. You can also go there to just be social, make friends, do different things. What? Oh, I'm good. No, I'm not. You're bad. So, paneling is one of these really cool things. Every single panelist is a volunteer. It is another person who decided that they're going to spend some of their time educating, teaching, or socializing. There are a lot of meet and greets. If you have a certain interest, and it doesn't even have to be something specifically furry. I know there's a car furry meetup. There's a VR chat meetup. There is
VR chat in real life, I think.
Yeah,
which
VR.
Is a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Anything. The thing I always say is most other conventions, an anime con is specifically about a thing. A comic convention is specifically about a thing in a particular method. As you all have witnessed and have had your own journeys here, furry isn't about a specific thing. There is no one right way to furry, and that's good and wonderful, but sometimes it brings choice paralysis. When you are new to conventions, when I was new to conventions, I went to the meetups. You know, usually somewhere there's a tech furs meet. There's some interesting tech badge panels going on here. That's a great way to meet new people. To mingle furry with a thing that is about something is a great way if you're coming here looking around like, this is a lot of people. What do I do? Pick a panel and go. Pick multiple panels and go. If you are with a group, go with a group, but you don't have to.
You're going to hear a lot of people who have been to conventions before say, oh, I don't ever go to any panels. I just hang out in the main ballroom, or I hang out in the hallway and I just drink and I go to room parties. Those people are idiots. They are getting about 20% of the convention experience. If you don't go to panels, you're missing the actual point of the con. So I highly recommend, look through the schedule. I'm telling every one of you, you did that. You went through the schedule and you are here at, this is your first FurCon. Congratulations, you did the first step. Go find some more. Wash, rinse, and repeat. It is really the best way to understand just what a FurryCon is. We have to have a 1 hour long panel just to explain what a FurryCon is, and we do not get close to what it actually is. Please, just try out a couple panels, go in there, and the cool thing is, it's not like college. You can leave whenever you want. You can leave in college whenever you want. It's not like high school. You can leave the panel whenever you want. Oh, man.
Let's segue a little bit. I see a bunch of fursuit heads. How many here are already costuming or are intending to wear a costume or fursuit of some kind?
That's a lot of you.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Sweet. So, can we get a fursuiter come up on stage and be a volunteer? Maybe you up there? Okay, perfect, my friend. If you want to go around the back, there's some stairs.
All right, well, that's going on. So, as was said, masks do need to be worn under the fursuit heads. I am a fursuiter. I just didn't bring any because I don't like flying with them because I'm a nervous wreck. But I have done the mask and fursuit thing. It's the safe way to do it. It's the right way to do it. Knowing that. Do make sure to take breaks. As with the headless lounges, don't put your heads on the direct fans. That's a great way to spread germs and things that we are all trying to prevent. But otherwise, do take care of yourselves. If you're at opening ceremonies, as Tycho said, we used to call it breaking the magic. There was this weird stigma where if you took your head off in a group, that was somehow bad. Whatever, it's up to each of you. It's whatever's comfortable for you. We see many of you without heads in here now. That's a weird phrase to say. We see many of you without heads in this classroom today. We're glad you are good students. You are learning so much.
So, they are learning so much. Yeah, but so little as well. So, one of the standouts at the FurryCon is the fursuit. A lot of you probably have fursuits already. I see plenty of you wearing them. A lot of you will want to hug fursuits. A lot of you will want to interact with these fursuits. People will call these costumes. They are not costumes. These are artisanally created works of art. These things are the result of hours and hours of love, hours and hours of hard work to create something that someone can perform in. So with that, remember, please respect this. This is not, as much as this person would like to tell you, a real animal. You can't, I'm sorry to, if no one here realizes it, but this is a person inside of a piece of art. That's a weird way to phrase it, but you know what I'm saying.
There's meat inside.
There's meat inside. Oh, that's not a t-shirt somewhere. Oh, that's way better than the way Alkali says it. I'm going to start doing that now that these panels.
Come to a fur con. Fursuits. There's meat inside.
So fursuits are these really, really time-consuming to make and really, really expensive. The most expensive fursuit went for upwards of, $50,000 recently? So please respect the fact that these things are not yours to play with. The person inside usually will be more than willing to interact with you, hug you, let you see what they're made of.
Hey, let's do a little role play.
Yeah.
Hi, you hold the mic
I'm
for
holding
this
the mic.
person. If they talk, do you talk in
You
suit?
talking suit?
I do.
Hooray! 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 Hi! What's your name? I'm asking you. Hi, what's your name?
Nick's Wolf, or
Hi.
Nick for short.
Hi, Nick Wolf. Nix?
Nick.
Nix. Hi, Nix. Your fursuit's really nice. Can I hug you?
Of course he can.
Notice how I didn't death hug or pet or touch anything of the costume. I went for carefully around the shoulders, making sure that I did not accidentally injure or break or otherwise harm the person or the suit. I unfortunately have to say from experience that, please always ask. I got very lucky one time where someone came up from behind, didn't say anything, picked me up from behind and just kind of went, wee, and then ran off and then kind of dropped me because I wiggled, because I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. I don't know about you, I'm small. When someone picks you up, it's kind of like going to kobold mode and flail and hope for the best.
Look, in my defense, I thought you were a plushie that someone left on the side of the...
I get it, I'm small.
Yeah.
But seriously, ask. If someone's not in fursuit and you don't know them, ask. It's great.
If you know them, ask. If I can give you one tip, a lot of people will say oh my gosh, you're so soft. Can I feel you? Can I pet you? Unlike a real animal, this stuff is made out of plastic. It doesn't grow back. So if you pet too hard and you pull out a little bit of fur, it's gonna stay that way. So if you want to feel a fursuit, you want to say oh, you're so soft, go for the hand. Say, can you hold out your paw and just pet the hand? It's the same feeling as touching the head, but this is a lot more durable. You can definitely pet that a lot easier. That's my little piece of advice I usually give out nowadays. And when you're asking, the one thing you have to realize is that this person is wearing a couch. There is a couch foam, there is fake fur, there is glass, there is plastic, there's all the makings of a couch inside of there. So when you are performing in these suits, and you will notice this if you already have your fursuit, your vision is super limited. So we're gonna do the test we always do, all right? So when you see, we're gonna hold out our hands, and you're gonna keep on. When you see either of our hands in your peripheral vision, raise that hand up, okay? So we're gonna try coming in from the side. That is how much the person can see.
Wait. That is the horizontal plane.
Yes.
Let me tell you, vertical planes also matter, especially when you're a costumer and there's a tail in front of you that's on the ground.
Yep.
All right, apologies in
Okay.
advance. No way!
Oh my gosh. Okay. That is the intent, that is the extent of this person's vision. And the thing is, most fursuits are not much better than that. So if you are trying to get the attention of a fursuiter, standing right here and waving is gonna do jack squat. If you want to interact with a fursuiter, make sure to get somewhere where they can see. You can see me now, right? You can see me now, right? Okay. One of those is going to get me a hug. One of those is going to get me brushed by as I walk past.
If you surprise someone, you might catch an elbow.
Yeah, and if you, yeah.
Someone's got a hand up.
Yeah, some people even have blind spots right in the middle, like, because especially if you have the, here is the weird paradox of the fursuit. The bigger the eyes, the harder the vision. If you see a fursuit with giant eyes, it means they can see a little bit out that way and a little bit out that way.
Yeah, it's basically chameleon look. When I'm in specifically the Robbie Sinclair suit, you'll see me anytime, any camera thing. If I go and look at something, it's the bird maneuver because I can't focus my eyes. So it's, hey, what's that over there?
It's very, so that's just adorable. So when you are trying to interact with a fursuiter, remember they probably can't see you all that well. They're just like T-Rexes. Their vision is based on movement. Make sure you're doing some big movements. Try to say something, try to get their attention, and make sure that they acknowledge that they can see you before you continue to try to do more with them. The other thing is fursuiters are also generally not aware of their surroundings. If you see a fursuiter about to run into a table, let them know they're not about to do it for a bit unless it's me.
I swear you were about to say let them and just stop.
If you see a fursuiter, someone's trying to get fursuiter's attention and they don't see it, they're the people that didn't go to the How to 101 panel. You guys are the smart ones. Help them out. Make sure the fursuiter can see the person trying to get their attention. Hotel staff especially have always been the worst about this because the hotel staff want to get pictures. They haven't been to this panel. They don't know how to interact with fursuiters. So it is, it's up to you to try to make sure the fursuiters are kind of being looked for.
What is the number one rule above all else that is, as far as I'm aware, unique to this convention that all fursuiters must be hyper aware of at all times?
Wipe twice?
Well, that's everyone, not just fursuit. You're weird. Do not wear your fursuit head on the floor.
Yeah.
Do not take shortcuts. As you are walking through the halls, there's the tile areas and then there's the carpet. The carpet is legally the floor, and the casino security, not convention, not us, the casino security will not be happy. This is very unique to this event. I stepped a pinky toe once and caught a death glare. It is what it is. This is the weird compromise we have to make for being at a unique venue such as this.
So
speaking of fursuit things, we are not doing the menagerie?
There is no menagerie. Yes,
all right,
I know.
when you come back, because you all should come back, the menagerie is one of the coolest things here.
It really is.
We don't want to.
We're not going to tell you about that. You can you can find out later. Come to closing ceremonies. They'll talk about what you get to do next year.
Yeah.
If you come back. So we went over fursuiters. We went over alcohol. We went over programming.
Paneling. There's all sorts of different types of paneling. Look and see which ones. Overall, this year there are less audience participation things. One of the things that I personally love about furry conventions is the sheer amount of audience participation. I know there is stuff here, so do go look and see what we can safely do this time around. Always highly recommend them. Bunch of music and shows.
Yeah. There are a lot of very, very talented performers within the fandom. There are...
I get to do this. When's your set?
There are DJs like myself performing Friday at 1 a.m. I'm going to try to see if I can do midnight, swap with the person ahead of me. But either way, Friday night, the dances at BLFC are, and I'm going to say this as someone who has been to over 120 conventions, 120 furry conventions. The dances at BLFC are some of the best. If you enjoy like the dance nightclub scene, please do me a favor and just check it out. There are DJs, there's a new DJ every hour, so if you don't like the music, it will change very quickly. And the DJs here are some of the most diverse, because I'm a bastard pop DJ. We have I have no problem playing the cha-cha slide on stage. Ask Anthrocon 3 years in a row. There are a lot of very incredibly talented professional musicians who are here to play. Pepper Coyote comes to mind. He is yes. You probably have heard his music if you've listened. If you've ever done furry music into YouTube, he's usually up there on the top. As well as Tanya Song,
Cassidy Civet.
I always want to say Civet. That's a weird last name.
Is RDR here?
Yeah, RDR, Run is here. I don't know if they're doing a full show or if it's just one or two. I don't remember.
Great
Either.
furry drummer Teddy is here and is going to be playing with Pepper.
Yep, there are a lot of really good musical events. If you want to check them out, please just go see them. They are definitely fantastic. Like the last few years, the quality of the music panels has gone so sky high. Like professional AV is my living. I have seen a lot of bands. Not to name drop, but I'm going to go work the Rolling Stones concert in next week. Yeah, fun times for me. And I can tell you, like, they are of a super high level, professional level. You will not regret it if you go check them out. Additional other programming, like I said, just the straight up normal ones that sound weird, like the
if you have not done, to be clear, I've done a few of these and I did their virtual ones during lockdown. Fuzzy Logic is
Furry Logic.
Furry Logic?
Yeah, they're not. Don't say. They lost their trademark.
Are you being serious?
Did you not see?
No.
Yeah, they're Furry Logic now. So
all right, across the way. Across the way is local to me and once local to Fur in Chicagoland is a furry-run escape room, and they do all sorts of cool stuff. You can go with a group you can go, hey, random people, and let's do it. I have done the random group thing, and I actually find that a lot of fun, because then you just get to goof off with new people.
You get to yell.
What?
You get to yell at people. I mean, I do that normally.
I mean, yes. We're about halfway through,
Sweet.
so we can go to questions whenever you like.
Awesome. First off, before we go there, the trick to yelling and being able to yell properly is to yell from the bottom of your chest. Do not wear out your throat too prematurely. Consider that as the pepper on the yell. Because if you start to do a throat yell too much, you will wear it out a lot quicker. Fun fact, I went to a yelling class when I was in college, and I learned all this.
You can just say it was therapy.
I wish I could afford that. So, yeah, I guess the question is, we didn't say this before, but if you have any questions, please throw them up. We understand that, like, this is the problem with this Furry 101 panel, is that we are both very much veterans. This is second nature to us. Like I said, I've been over to 120 something at this point. You've been to probably as many as I have. There's probably something that is, like, we totally understand that is super new to you. So if you have a dumb question, please feel free to ask. We will try our best to answer it and not be sarcastic. Hey, there's a question all the way in the back.
So generally, that's you kind of do. It's not a full hug, but it's kind of like if there's a lot there, you kind of do the. I'm gonna act out specifically what I tend to do.
The question was, how do you hug a fursuiter? Like, was that the thing when they're in full body? Yeah, it's definitely do not squeeze. Just you know,
Like in general, if someone has said yes to a hug, they are aware that there is going to be contact. Also, we didn't say this. Please, not only wash your paws because of COVID and all of that, but do not greasy touch a fursuit. Please be mindful that you have just touched a Johnny Rockets grease burger that is more grease than burger. Don't get me wrong, they're good. I had one for breakfast today, but like...
Breakfast?
Breakfast is the first meal you eat after waking up.
You went to bed last night?
I did actually.
Surprised. Yeah, like fursuiters, and the thing is, like fursuiters, some of them are more relaxed, some of them are more like they don't want to be touched as much, but you know, it's definitely just ask.
Similarly, pictures. While there is no, the menagerie is where you would usually go to see the collection of furries, we're all going to be walking around here and you might want pictures. Similarly as before, assume if you get no reaction, they did not hear you. Most of the time, they're not intentionally ignoring you. They don't know either what was said or they heard it. They can't see anything and just went, oh well. Like if they don't see the person making the noise, then it didn't happen. There are some fursuiters that might not want pictures, and that's fine. It's just kind of a respect thing.
One thing you have to notice is that a fursuiter, when you are in fursuit, you are basically, like I said, you are wearing a couch. Especially here when the air is so dry and humid and you are moving around so much, the difference between being perfectly fine and needing help is so slim here. So if you see a fursuiter trying to leave, it may not be that they are ignoring you. They may really need to get to the headless lounge. Oh yeah, what is a headless lounge? That's a good question.
Yay.
Thank you for bringing that up, Dragor.
Hooray, I'm awesome.
Yay.
I'm the best host ever.
A headless lounge is a room. They've got 2 or 3 of them here, I believe, at this convention. They are just hotel spaces that have water, chairs, and some fans to cool off. They are nothing special. It's not a cool, magical place. It's not a place to hang out. You're not missing anything if you're not a fursuiter and not going into the headless lounge.
Points of note, no pictures, do not record in the headless lounge.
If you find
Big
yourself
no-no.
in a headless lounge, don't take pictures. That's a big no-no. Some people preserving the magic for a lot of people is kind of important. And the gentleman's agreement is that don't take pictures in there. Also, if you're not a fursuiter, don't drink the water in there. Let the fursuiters have that. They're going to need it. Generally, also, if you see a fursuiter trying to get to an elevator, same deal. They might need to go up to their room. Let them in front of you in line on the elevator. Just be polite. What else am I missing about the headless lounge?
Headless lounge, you can bring in, so handler. Handler is generally what we call the person that is assisting the fursuiter. Not every fursuiter needs it, but it is a common occurrence. A handler, of course, can escort the person into the headless lounge and hang out and help out. But again, when breaking the magic was more of when I'm in suit, I don't take the mask off unless an emergency's happening, so I am of that persuasion.
Yeah.
So going into the headless lounge to see who's who is really discouraged. Please don't. It's just kind of a casual thing. It is a safe space for the fursuiters to tend to themselves first and foremost.
It's not a fancy.
There's someone waving back there. I don't know.
Oh, someone. Hey,
No?
you have your things up and yell because we can barely hear you.
What's their name?
You're trying to get the front attention.
Oh, hey, look.
Well, if you stand up and wave, we can use our microphones. Hey, there's someone waving at the front.
Oh, that's adorable. I love that. Oh man.
Do y'all have any
Anyone?
questions?
Is there anyone? The one right next to the aisle, right there in the front, ish. Oh, hey, we got a runner now.
Oh. So, say you saw someone that you know from Twitch, and you want to get their attention, give them a hug, get a picture of them. What is a polite way to get their attention?
Excuse me, may I get your attention? Like seriously, it doesn't matter if you know them from Twitter. You don't know. It doesn't matter if you recognize them from somewhere else. It's the same idea. Just you are at the same place as them. Just say, hey, excuse me, can I have a hug? May I take a photo? Generally, people when they're in suit or you're at a convention, you are very busy. People don't want to be pulled aside for too long, so do not take offense if someone says, "Hi, how you doing? Excuse me, I got to get going." It's not a problem. Everyone you're going to find you want to do everything and you are not going to do it all. So do not take offense if someone just says hi and then runs away. Same deal with photos. In my head, whenever I'm wearing a costume, I keep an internal clock. I just count to 3, and if you can't get the picture by then, I'm gone. It's not trying to be rude. It's just that when you're trying to take a photo, especially in a hallway, like you block up traffic, you cause inconvenience to others. It's just be polite. If you want to ask for a picture, make sure your phone's out and the camera app's open. That's all it's got to be. I saw another question back there. You still got it? Yeah, raise them up.
Are the golf carts open today, and how long are they open for?
Go-karts or golf carts?
Go-karts, not my bad.
Okay, so the golf carts, if you want to actually get one and rent them, they do have them down at the golf course, like that way over there. They're great. You can't bring them inside, but have fun with them. The go-karts, I believe they're open Friday and Saturday. I want to say it's 5. I want to say it's like either 3 to 8. Or
on the website and on the schedule, I believe this information is located.
Yes.
It's not?
Yeah, I know the go-karts in their particular are a little weird one because they're not, they're kind of out they're over on the north side, kind of in their own little thing. I can't remember, but I do know they're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I believe it's either until 8 or 9 p.m. Check with, they're probably somewhere.
Front desk, maybe?
Front desk. They have their signs outside at the actual golf cart, so if you go to Walmart, just swing by there and see them. I do believe one track is free and the rest are
Weather dependent. Weather dependent.
Well, absolutely weather dependent. Ooh, that's a thing we should bring up. Weather.
Well, I guess if this is your first time, then this is, you might think this is normal. Normally this event is in May, and it is scorching hot.
So just so you all know, they are expecting a lot of rain at the end of this week. And if you drove here from the Bay Area, you might be in a little bit of trouble going home.
You might think as well, similar to the fursuit and substance consumption talk. It can get down to 40 tonight, so be careful.
Yep.
Don't pass out outside. If you notice someone, grab hotel staff, grab convention staff. It is unfortunate if you're not from here. It is very easy to make a mistake. For anyone who's out there listening that has been here many years prior, take note of the weather. It's different this time.
Yep. But this is the one-on-one panel. They haven't been here before, so this is all new to them. The BLFC has this really great program. They're called a group of volunteers called Flare. They are the safety, wellness, and comfort team. They are they're back over there, right?
Yeah, if you look in the back corner where I'm pointing, there's a sign that says Flare.
Hey, Flare people, you over there?
Is the door open? I don't think
No?
it is.
Okay, either way. So Flare's back over there, and they do have rovers, right? They do have people
They're
around?
rovers.
They do have rovers going around. Flare is considered...
They're the safety team.
They are the safety team. They are in charge of making sure that people are safe, comfortable, and having a good time. If you feel like there is someone who is causing you grief for any reason, someone who is not respecting your boundaries and asking for photos, find someone from Flare. They will be the person. If you have a stupid question, ask someone from Flare. They will help you. Flare is specifically empowered at this convention to basically do anything to get you the help you need. They can find, if you don't know the person to go to, they will get you to that right person. So if you need something during the convention, just on a basic safety level, if you need a Band-Aid, they can help you. Or if you need help with someone who you think might be having a medical issue, they can help you. If you have someone who is just being really uncomfortable to you and you want someone else to speak to them, Flare can help you.
If you happen to see someone and you don't know if they're okay and you're not comfortable asking yourself, you can say, hey, I see this person over there. I don't know what's up. Thought you wanted to know. Flare will take it over from there.
Yep.
If Flare is not in the immediate vicinity, you can find almost any single staff person. I think the staff badges are these different colored PCB badges.
Yep.
The computer board badges. Ask them and say, hey, I need Flare. They might also ask why, depending on what's going on, and they might radio specifically if they happen to have one. but Flair is an excellent resource at this event. I volunteered with them my first year. Fantastic.
They are a group of people that will definitely make sure that you are warm and fuzzy.
Thank you for. I may or may not have stolen technically, I stole it from MagFest.
Yeah.
MagFest has a team like that too.
You'll start to see this kind of concept pop up at a bunch of conventions. Okay, hi. Sorry. We're on a tangent.
Just on the the thing earlier about the go-karts, where exactly is the mini golf?
So the go-karts and mini golf are up on the north side. So you're gonna have to go, if you go out the entrance, make a right and just keep going. You'll see a sign that says Walmart. You're on the right direction. Actually, no. It's the same place where that giant sky coaster is. So if you see that big A-frame metal, that's where the mini golf is.
The Avengers Tower?
Yes. If you've never been to another convention, this is going to sound really weird, but the cool, unique things at this convention, there are so many resort-like activities you can do. You can go bowling until 6 a.m. for some reason. You can go...
I'm going to be there tonight, are you?
Oh, absolutely.
I'll be there at midnight.
You can go go-karting. The pool is like the coolest part about this convention. Everyone talks about the pool.
The pool is closed, but the hot tubs, I believe, will still be open.
The hot tub and reflecting pool are open, so you can still get your pool on.
Let's just make it weird and do a callback to earlier. You can make yourself wet meat.
Yeah.
One question in the back too here.
Yep. Sorry.
So on the included stuff, which of the restaurants have the discount and which ones don't?
The restaurants do not have discounts because so technically con space is just the area where all these panel rooms are happening. When they say half price food, they're talking about over here. We have a lounge with food options. The restaurants, some of them do have discounts for members. Just show them your badge and say, hey, I'm with the convention, and they might give you some off, but generally they don't have discounts.
If it's your thing, I think the movie theater is free as well, or no?
I think if you want to go watch a movie, there's a movie theater. Even if you have to pay, it's $5 a ticket. It's pretty not bad.
There's Black Widow and two other things I don't remember.
It's all Disney. It's Black Widow,
Suicide Squad. That's not Disney.
What? Really?
That's DC.
Isn't DC Disney?
Not yet.
There's something that's not owned by Disney? What?
That mouse's big fat ass don't own everything yet.
Not yet. Oh man. There's a lot of unique things to do. Like seriously, if you just want some help, ask someone who's been here before. They'll tell you what their favorite thing is. Hi.
Hello. One of the other fun things I heard you can do here is party rooms. Is that a thing you can just go to, or do you need invites? What's the deal there?
You know, I have a room on that floor, but we're not hosting anything. I've been on the party rooms before. In general, if you go to that floor, first, obviously, in your code of conduct and on the website, there are guidelines. So if you're at opening ceremonies, you heard some of them. Do read them and check them. The masks staying on between parties is a thing, and people will be coming in to check. The general rule, I believe, don't quote me on this, is if the door is open or latched, you can. I do also believe in general there's going to be door guards for each one because each room party has capacity limits. So that is also going to be monitored. That is on the 4th floor.
So one of the things that this convention does that a lot of the other ones don't do is room parties are this weird magical moment where someone just says, hey, I'm going to throw a party in my hotel room. Hence the term room party. That's easy. The difficult part becomes if you want to throw a room party, you have to make a balance between having it super open to the public, inviting everyone, and then having your room party be packed, or not inviting enough people and having just a couple of people, having two friends stare at one another all weekend, which is fun in its own way. So BLFC, no, I'm not going to win. I already know I'm going to lose this. BLFC kind of did this really cool thing where they kind of formalized the idea of the room party. So if you want to host a room party, and this is before you even come to the con, you would say, I want to have a room on the room party floor. The room party floor is the 4th floor this year. And what it means is all of the rooms on that floor can host a party. They said that they're not going to care too much about noise complaints on that floor. They kind of put them all together specifically for that reason. If you go up to the room party floor and you see a door that is open or a door that has that little door latch locked on it, that generally means, hey, this party is open. People can come in. If the room party gets too big, they might shut the door and let people filter out. It's a great way to be social, meet some people. If you are into the concept of inebriation or having adult beverages, that is a great way to go socially drink with a lot of people.
Not a requirement.
It's not a requirement. I don't drink. You?
Not as much.
Yeah, really. Like, you've got... either way.
You can say it. I've gotten old.
Oh, God, we all have. You guys are lucky because you don't remember the before times. Every single person here I've seen before, they've aged 10 years since the last time I've seen them. It sucks.
I don't know if it's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it was at BLFC. It was like 2 or 3 years in a row. It is the coolest room party I have ever seen. And it was the silent rave. Someone set up in a room with the door open. They had all the lights. They had all the crazy laser and flash effects going. And you walk by the room. And now this is before time, so it was packed. And it was largely quiet. And Alkali and I are looking in. And Alkali's going, I don't get it. And I'm like, Alkali, they don't want noise complaints. All of their headsets are wired to the main deck. And so they're all still hearing the DJ.
It was really cool.
It was pretty fantastic. A little bit surreal in that, like, if you've ever watched either a musical on mute and just how weird that is, it was kind of like that.
Oh, man.
You saw like, I saw a Protogen head, and then the rest of them was in the Kigu, and they were dancing around. I'm like, this is awesome.
That's awesome. All right, were there any more questions?
Yes, right there.
Do you need your badge to get into a room party? Generally, yeah. So room parties are hosted by attendees. They are not officially run by the convention. However, most people hosting a room party want you to be a part of the convention to show up. You also will probably need to bring proper identification because a lot of people will check IDs on their own.
Yeah, I'm not saying every room party is going to be 21 plus, but that might be the case.
Not every room, but there are many room parties that are 21 plus. Because again, like, it's a party. You are going to,
Last thing we'll talk about here, it was mentioned a little bit at main events, the dealer's den. That is where our people who do art, costumes, and just makers of things in general, including musicians, where they go to have a table and sell their wares, and you can also sometimes converse with the creator there direct. There's a map, but it's down the floor and all the way in the corner. Friday is the big busy day. So through the BLFC website, when you go through your registration, you do your login. If you want to see it on Friday, you get a token or ticket or something, and that gets your slot, so you're not spending hours in line. They did this the last time I was here, worked pretty well. The rest of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, generally is okay. Very worth checking out, one of the coolest dealers' dens here. Also, usually in the center. So there's all those dice and goofy play things in the corner here. They have another set of that in the dealer's den as well. At least I hope so. I hope they have that this year.
Hopefully.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of the dealer's den is like the linchpin of every furry con. You will see one at every single con. And there is so much cool merch and stuff you can buy, and these are just, again, nothing of this is official BLFC. These are just other attendees selling stuff to you. So you're supporting, hashtag support small business and all that stuff. There are a lot of cool things you can find. You can find a lot of artists that are will take art on commission.
I forgot to bring all my sketchbooks.
Yeah, fun thing. This bugged me for about 2 years, so I'm going to answer this for you right now. Dealer's Den is primarily people selling pre-made merchandise or other things that they have made. The Artist Alley is generally artists creating art on site for you for commission. While it is true that an artist can have a dealer's den table, a dealer usually is not in the Artist Alley. That bugged me for 3 years. You're welcome.
It basically boils down, do you know why? It basically boils down to licensing and selling in a particular state. So like doing the commission on site is a in more places a more workable way, whereas dealers' dens in a lot of places, you have to prove like you have a tax ID and everything, or in some states, like the dealer isn't even really allowed to sell themselves, oh no. Sell
Not
things
in,
themselves,
Nevada.
it has to go through another system.
Yeah.
Every state's different, but as Fur said, it is us. If you've ever bought, like, you've seen something online, like, oh, that's a cool furry looking thing, but it's being sold from fun.com. Who is fun.com? It's some faceless thing. In the dealer's den, you can go see the person who designed it and might have even sewn it and made it, and it is so awesome to have that personal connection.
You can buy a lot of things like art. You can buy custom face masks, which is now a booming industry for some reason. You can buy prints. You can buy pins.
Ears, yes.
Ears, tails, costume pieces. Shirts are very common. And then the last thing is the convention badge. So everyone gets this official convention badge. This is what lets you get into the space. A lot of people you'll see walk around with these things as well, these custom art badges. These are just so, because the furry fandom is weird in that we all talk through these animal people things and we're not all just lumpy humans on the internet. To help people bridge that gap and figure out who you are online, people will get badges of their character and they'll carry them around. These are not official convention badges. These won't get you into anywhere, but they will let people see who you are.
They will get people into your heart.
Yes. These are the things, these are probably the most common thing that are sold in an artist alley is, con badges. So if you don't have one, run down to the artist alley and get yourself one. You'll see everyone has them. Oh boy, questions. The dealer's den opens tomorrow.
On the back of your badge,
tomorrow.
on the back of your badge has a bunch of useful information. So when people say main and second stage, you can see that that's the grand ballroom. All that good stuff. Flair stuff is on there. They have a phone number you can call. They do say texting is enabled, so if you can't get to anyone, you can at least also do that. Same thing with operations. And yeah, you've got the times on there. The QR code will take you to the schedule, I think, or at least the website. But yeah. These are excellent examples of very useful and cool-looking convention badges. If you see staff or anyone involved and you think this is awesome, tell them. They want to hear that.
Yeah.
2 questions on the side over here.
Okay, questions. Hi.
Okay, hey, well, we are planning our stuff. Some of the event names are a little confusing. Is there a way we can get a description of what's going on for those events?
Absolutely. You want this one?
It's on the website, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's the short answer.
That is the short answer. Somewhere on the website. I personally have not gone and clicked through, but not the PDF download. But there is an actual list that will get you to details of what the panel is, where it is, the duration, in general, who the panel hosts are, a general description of what it's doing, and if it's audience participation or not.
One more here.
A follow-up on that, there are QR codes at Ops that link to the schedule and descriptions. 2 different PDFs.
If you have not found operations yet, there's a window in here that's sometimes open. Otherwise, you go out and immediately to the right. Operations. Good stuff.
More.
I happen to notice that the QR code on the back of the badge seems to pull up Twitter, but there's no results for that.
Oh no.
Man, we're dumb.
Oh, I can't throw shade because I've gotten things wrong on badges at my con.
Look, we made it work. It only took 18 people 12 hours. Okay, we had a question over here, right? Yeah. Oh, tips in the dealer's den? So Tycho
it was tips to just...
So Tycho brought up the concept of tips. Nevada, Reno, Vegas, all those things, they whether or not you like the idea, most of the people who you will interact with just at the hotel or at the casino, at the convention, like all the people who work here and it's their day job, are paid a criminally low rate, and they rely on tips.
To be clear, they are legally allowed to be paid under minimum wage because of the assumption of tips.
So when we were saying, and this is kind of a thing, because there are plenty of places across the country, like, okay, there's Seattle, where a lot of people are kind of getting away from the idea of tipped labor. That will not go away here. So if you do interact with someone, if you go to the bellhop and you have your baggage put away, please be generous with your tipping, because that is what they rely on. In the dealer's den, same deal. A lot of dealers nowadays take electronic payment, so they will definitely swipe your card. They will have a tip jar. They will ask, do you want it, their little square thing will say, would you like to throw an extra $1 their way? That might sound weird since you're buying from a business, but you have to remember that's probably just one person making art for you. If you feel that they deserve a tip, feel free to tip. Again, you are not required to. We are not telling you to go tip, but we are highly, highly, highly encouraging it.
Question in the back?
Yeah.
Just to add on to the panel descriptions, they have printed copies, 3rd floor.
Thank you so much. Where in 3rd floor? Do you know?
In front of the panel rooms. There's 2 tables.
Perfect. I know where that wing is. A bunch of good paneling happens over there. Are there other questions? Person in the blue mask right there. Yes.
You do.
Yes, I do. Possession and consumption in any of hotel property inside and out is not allowed. So assuming you have figured out how to do that regardless of that, much like anything else, there are dispensaries. They will have all the rules for what it takes for you to go do that. They are very strict and very friendly here. Otherwise, as far as it's similar to alcohol in that it's about knowing your limits. If you are new, please do not go crazy. For marijuana in particular, it's legal here, but not in this hotel, not on these premises.
It's legal in the state.
It is legal in the state. If this is going to be your first time this weekend, please just be safe. It's not that it's dangerous or anything, but it's that you can give yourself a bad time. I have given myself a bad time at a convention. I have genuinely been so high I got paranoid and I locked myself in my room. What's the point of being at the convention if that happens? That was a mistake and I genuinely regret doing that. But it was a learning lesson, and I know for the most part how to be able to do what I want legally and safely and still have a good time at these events. Drink lots of water. Marijuana dehydrates you. We're at high altitudes. If you're new, please don't mix. Pick booze or weed. Don't get twisted or crossfaded or what people call it. In general, at conventions is not the best time to experiment. I understand if you're coming from a state where this is your opportunity. Experiment, but again, only you can know when you've gone too far, and when you've gone too far, that can be really, really unfortunate.
2 more questions in the back here?
Yeah.
Do you have to pre-register to get into the dealer's den, or can you just walk in?
On Friday, they have a ticket system because it's just so busy and they're trying to limit the number of people within there. So on the website, goblfc.org, just scroll down, it says Dealer's Den. You'll be able to register in and get yourself a digital ticket on Friday. Saturday and Sunday, generally they don't need to. That is just first come, first served.
One more question?
So, for the marijuana, I would recommend if you are going to try it for the first time, please have a trip sitter, someone who has done it before and can guide you through it.
Yeah, don't be a bunch of newbies all panicking at the same time. As much as the thought's vaguely funny in my head, you'll all feel bad.
I'm going to say this as the weird stoner, or weird sober guy.
Wait. Before you go, it is perfect. It is not just fine. It's great. If you don't want to, or you're in a mixed group, and you say no, or pass, or no thank you, and that group doesn't respect that, screw them. They are bad people. They are trying to pressure you. You don't have to do anything you want. Straight edge is awesome. I'm a wrestling nerd, and almost all my favorite wrestling nerds right now are all straight edge performers. I might get there someday. We'll see.
It's you guys, like, you all are new. This is gonna be me throwing my old guy hat into the ring. Back in my day, furry cons tended to have a very, very alcoholic slant for a while. It used to be one of those things where it's like the furry con experience was to find a room party and don't remember the rest of the day. And like I was saying, if all you do is go to the room parties, you are getting about 30% of the convention experience. There is so much, especially here. You're basically at a theme park. Let's be honest. Like, you've got bowling, go-karts. You can go swing a golf club into a lake. It's great. There's so much stuff to do. Don't feel like you need to. If you want to do it, there is nothing wrong with that. Please enjoy. I'm going to say this, and this is just my piece of advice, personally me. If you have not experimented with substances stronger than alcohol, this may not be the most ideal place for it. I'm not saying don't do it, but please make the consideration that you already are under such a heavy sensory overload. It might not. You just consider it and discuss it with with whoever you're with first.
The two last notes I'll give on that is, if you are around experienced people, do not look at what they do. Tolerance is a thing. It very much is a thing. It's a thing with alcohol, especially so with this. So if you see someone go, oh, I just took 2 hits of whatever methodology here, do a quarter or even less than that, please. Those folks do 2 hits and go, all right, here we go again. And a new person does 2 hits and goes, I feel my forehead on my forehead. Oh no. I have made the mistake of being able to go. I've been quiet for half an hour. Someone goes, Drago, are you okay? And I just go, I can feel my teeth in my skull.
I can smell colors.
As funny as the line is, that's not an enjoyable state. So, yeah.
Okay. So I think
We're at time.
We're at time. We're definitely at time. So again, thank you all for coming out. Oh wait, you're the host. I keep stepping on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, are you a macro now?
Oh, dude, the pandemic. I've picked up so many hobbies.
Well, I have been Dragor. This has been Fur. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff throughout this weekend, both on stage and volunteering. Check out the charities. We always love helping our furry critters. The fact that BLFC does multiple charities here is amazing. If you go to other conventions, usually most of the time it's just one charity. If you like what they're doing here and you go to other conventions, make sure on their feedback form, ask. Cite how BLFC does it. A lot of people don't know that you can do other options. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the con. If you need recommendations, anything that says Dragon in it, go check that out.